Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. Woo! Up again early in the morning, trying to get it in the car. So let's get into this. LeBron James is running his mouth again, dissing his teammates in Miami and calling them basically scrubs. Everybody who wasn't, Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade, they was scrubs and they was minimal players. Oh my goodness. So a lot of us told people that this was not about X's and O's and fundamentals. That's what this podcast, the LeBron James podcast, was supposed to be about, right? The LeBron James podcast, just like Unclutch Sports, that's his company, right? We're going to call it what it is, right? So this guy has a lot coming to him, right? When this guy retires, because he cannot run forever. This guy cannot run forever, right? He's scared to retire because he sees what's happening, to P. Diddy. They're coming for this guy. You know what I'm saying? He's got a lot coming after him when he retires. So he don't want to retire. Why isn't this guy with his family? Why isn't he practicing, trying to get better with his team on his off days? What is this guy doing? He's making a podcast, and we know what it's about. It's about money. Again, it's not about X's and O's. It's about money. It's not, he's trying to clear up his past too, because he knows his career is a joke when it come down. Look, you already know how the media do, right? And the media just isn't the media no more. The media is everybody, right? Because everybody has a YouTube channel. Everybody is the media. You see what they're doing to Diddy, right? Once again, all this deep fake they got going on with Diddy, right? They ain't even convicted this man of anything. I'm not trying to say he's not guilty, but they haven't even charged this man with anything, right? So you see what they're doing to him on social media. All these deep fakes saying this is P. Diddy doing this is P. Diddy saying this. Everybody trying to cash in. So what do you think once those so-called steroid allegations are on the table for LeBron James? Once he retires, the media, they need clips. They need to keep selling the NBA because it's going to tank like the MLB when this guy retires, right? We've already talked about that. So for better or worse, right? His image is for better or for worse. There's nothing like great about this guy, right? But the soap opera sells. When LeBron leaves, there will be no more soap opera in the NBA because it's all your star players are what? They're international players. What happened to MLB? Once they put all the Americans out, nobody wanted to watch it no more. That's just the way it is. Us Americans, we love drama, soap opera, all this stuff that goes along with sports. We just don't like somebody hitting the ball, catching the ball, shooting the ball, throwing the ball. That's great. But there has to be some kind of soap opera behind it too, right? That's what we like as Americans. And international players cannot bring the American soap opera. They just haven't been able to do it. I don't want to get too far off of what I'm talking about, but he calls his teammates minimal players. Wow. Let me address something really, really, really quick. And I heard this the other day. And I think I was watching Too Raw for Sports, a legend in the game, right? A legend in the game, right? So check this out. He did a piece on his channel about Gilbert Arenas was dissing Joker, right? Because Joker don't deserve the MVP because not this year, but years past, because of where his place was in the West. He was in sixth place. He was in that place. Blah, 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 blah. And, this is the NBA now. It cannot sell based on his play. Now we done got into racism. Now we done got into stuff that does not make no sense. He was comparing when Michael Jordan won the MVP. And somebody else, I forget who else. Was it Kobe? Anyway, it was Westbrook and Jordan comparing them, because they were like real lower seeds or whatever like that, compared to when Joker won his and he was like a lower seed. And I'm like, first of all, you can't compare eras. We got to stop doing that, okay? We start comparing eras. Again, LeBron ain't even top 25, right? He's not even top 10 to me. And I'm happy that Sports and Fitness Rants came out and started saying that, because once I start really going back and looking at this guy's career, I'm like, why are we saying this guy is top 5? It was a lot of channels saying, man, I don't like what LeBron did, but I still got him top 5. I still got him, 4. I still got him 3. And I'm like, what? This guy done melted down his whole damn career. He ain't no positional player. When we talk about positions, when we talk about point guard, we don't think about LeBron or Chris Paul or Jason Kidd or Magic Johnson or these type of guys, right? When we talk about shooting guard, we don't think about LeBron as Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant or, Tracy McGrady. When we talk about power forwards, we don't think about LeBron as a Tim Duncan or Karl Malone or what was Charles Barkley? Was he a power forward? I think he was. These type of guys, and we won't even get into the centers. But like I said before, when we talk about small forwards, I'm taking Scottie Pippen over LeBron any day. There's no difference for them shooting. And let me tell you what, in the LeBron era, Pippen, no doubt, will be scoring 25 points per game in a no-touch era. So I'm taking Dominique Wilkins. I'm sorry, bro. I'm taking Dominique Wilkins over LeBron. It's just some small forwards all day. I'm taking over LeBron James. If we throw these small forwards in the LeBron era, these guys are scoring more, doing more, winning more. That's just how it is, man. We try to act like the eras are the same. There's no way. And Pippen was a better defender. There's no way. And then we throw LeBron back in the day in a big man era as a small forward, and let's see what this guy's gonna do. But this guy is what position is he really great at? We don't know. Only in his era he's that great, because they changed the rules for this guy that could not make the playoffs his first 2 seasons until they changed the rules. So anyways, let's look at this. To me, I don't even know what the MVP means. Is it who's got the best stats of the season, or who's the most valuable player to their team, right? Because LeBron won the MVP 09 and 010 with the best record in the NBA. How are you the most valuable player to your team if you got the best record in the NBA? That doesn't even make any sense, right? And don't tell me he didn't have nobody. This guy had Wally Zerbiak, Antoine Jameson on his team those years, Shaq, Ben Wallace, El Gauskas. Man, these teams, Mo Williams, these teams was loaded, man. It was just crazy. And y'all talk about, oh yeah, he head to head. LeBron got a better record. LeBron got a better record versus Kobe. You see those teams? They were loaded. Kobe was working on a team that never even had any all-star appearances on those teams. Is you kidding me? LeBron got Hall of Famers, number 2s and number 1s of other teams. Like, really? So how did he win MVP? 12 and 13. How did this guy win MVP? On a super team. The most loaded super team of all time. Right? In 13, but he had a Ray Allen. Those teams were loaded. You think them teams was loaded in 09 and 010? 12 and 13 was loaded to the gill. Okay? The teams that he's calling minimal, right? This guy's going to get his at the end of the day. So, Larry Bird, I'm not trying to be mean, and Magic Johnson, these guys basically played on super teams, right, in the 80s. How the hell did they win these MVPs in the 80s? How did they win these MVPs in the 80s playing on super teams? That something ain't right, bro. Something ain't right. How do you play on super teams and you winning 3 MVPs in a row, back-to-back MVPs? Oh, what? And Michael Jordan was putting up these incredible stats, better than Larry Bird, better than Magic Johnson, and was still making the playoffs. Jordan should have won 3 MVPs in the 80s. What he did in 88 is basically what he did in 87. And they pooped in this dude's face. Not good enough. What? What? So I don't even know what the MVP is about. Look, like I said on Too Raw for Sports Channel, how's these guys winning MVPs and don't even win a statistical title that year? Yeah, Wilt and Michael Jordan was winning 2 statistical titles in one season. 2 statistical titles. And these dudes like Joker, LeBron James, they just out there willing and dealing in the no-touch era, ain't won no statistical titles. Blocks, assists, rebounds, points, nothing in winning these MVPs. Wow. In the era where it's easy to get assists, easy to get points, easy to get, there's nobody under the hoop but you getting a rebound because you got 4 guys sitting at the 3-point line. This league is awful. This is why nobody watches it. This is not NBA basketball. This is so men don't actually have to play basketball. Let's get back to LeBron James. Okay, because I told people this channel or this podcast is about making money. And I'm going to give it to you one more again. If you think these guys are making this so-called money that you've been told, I'm going to leave that up to you. These sports players, if they got to retire and sit at a desk, wait, tens of millions and hundreds of millions of dollars in your career, and then you got to go sit at a desk when you retire, right? You got to go sit at a desk. You got to go work for an organization, right? You got to go coach college basketball. You got to go be a play-by-play guy in the NBA. This goes with coaches too. If you think these players make this kind of money, that's up to you to be a fool. That's up to you to be a fool. I'm making tens of millions of dollars or even hundreds of millions of dollars. When I retire, I got to go back and work. What? Okay, that's on you to believe this stupid stuff. You think Nike is gonna give somebody $100 million contract that ain't did nothing? Coming up out of high school, ain't dribbled the ball in the NBA, comes into the NBA, has to not sit on the bench, but doesn't make the playoffs his first 2 seasons, ain't even an all-star, and get this guy $100 million? Huh? Okay. I'm trying to tell you, man, when entertainment is just entertainment, wow. I'm going to leave that up to you to believe any of this stupid stuff. So let's get into this. LeBron calls his teammates in Orlando minimal guys. Well, we already know who the minimal player was, right? It was LeBron James. He ran and he built a team. Super team. To carry him to the NBA Finals, to carry him past the big 3 Celtics that he had the number 1 seed over in back-to-back years. And he won MVP over these great Boston Celtic guys, right? This is who Jordan was going up against, right? The Larry Birds who won 3 back-to-back MVPs. Nobody told LeBron to melt down, right? He melted down. I got videos on this left and right. Look, LeBron's career was a failure, right? Basically a failure for his status, right? It was a failure for his status. And now he's scared to retire. He's scared to move on. You know, what he did was lame every time he did it. He just didn't, be like, I'm building a super team. Now he's lying about it. The super team thing didn't work out. He got beat at his own game by Durant. This guy's awful. He could have been a little bit of a woman, the woman that he is, and he could have went, hey, wait, I suck, bro. I'm a meltdown artist. I don't got what it takes. I can't shoot. I don't practice because even if I try to practice, I still can't shoot, right? So I need help, man. And this guy just didn't go get help. Woof! He had the most loaded roster anybody's ever seen in Miami. It was just, wow, this guy is going to win. It looked like something on the level of Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying? This guy is going to win like 10 championships. Not one, not two, not three. And, this is what everybody expected. A lot of NBA fans left the game at that point, because this guy not only built a super team, he bragged about it after he melted down 2 years in a row. After he had the number one seed 2 years in a row in the MVP. So I don't want to waste too much time on this dude right here. I mean, this is just all about money. Like I said, his podcast is broken up into maybe like every time he does a podcast, like 3-4 different videos, and each video is getting like 300,000 views and up to 1 million or more. So these guys are making a lot of money. This is just what it's all about. For this guy, it's always been about money. It's not about winning. He don't care about his fans. He don't care about NBA fans. All he cares about is his pockets, right? And now he's got to start lying. Well, he's always lied. Look what he did. He just couldn't, play with a good player. He had to go get Chris Bosh, franchise player. He had to go get number one franchise player. He had to go play with Kyrie, another franchise player. So, and then he went and got Love. So, look, man, I've did so many videos on this, and it's just like, why are we keep talking about this failed guy's career? He failed. I mean, LeBron James is the most overrated guy of all time. This guy is still playing basketball. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows why. It has to be the NBA, because how come the NBA don't tell this guy just to move on? We got other guys to promote. So it's the NBA, right? Because the NBA is promoted by Fox Sports, ESPN, right? And even, a lot of these other channels out here, I ain't going to name no names. Jimmy High Clutch Points, all these. It's just crazy. They won't let this guy move on. This guy ain't like, was Jordan Ness or, this stuff that we never seen. What has this guy did that we've never seen before, right? Besides some longevity stats that don't even matter. That don't even matter, right? And we all know why he went to LA. He went to LA for one reason, to try to erase the careers, or make people forget about the careers of Shaq, Kareem, Magic, Wilt, Kobe, these type of players, right? But it's not going to happen. It never happened. And this guy doesn't play during the season. And I keep trying to tell people, and they keep trying to tell me, no, the Lakers just bad. Yeah, they're bad, but they're not this bad. The league ain't that good. So what they do is they dilly-dally around, like AD, LeBron. AD is injury prone. He's got a lot of miles on his legs. He shouldn't even be like running up and down the court. But because these two, one is old, one is prone to get hurt, they're not even playing the whole season. They know they got to play in. So this is what they're doing every year now. They're just turning it on at the end of the season. And basically, LeBron makes his own schedule, right? So he have weak teams at the end of the year, maybe like the last 10 games. And we're going to see teams like Minnesota, they're probably going to bow out, pretty soon. They're already going to be set. We can't move up no more. So they're not going to really, want to play that last game. So they're going to let the Lakers beat them. And that's not good neither, because now if you got to face the Lakers, they already got a leg up on you, right? So this guy is a joke. This guy is a joke. And we already know what's going to happen. Wemby is going to be the next great player in this league. Of course, they held Wemby back this year because that's what the NBA want to do. Don't think it's just about Pop. If you think it's not a conspiracy that, what's this guy's name? Man, I can't forget this. I'll remember in a minute. Zion. He came into the league more popular than LeBron had ever been. And next thing you know, this guy is hurt every season. You think I'm just trying to throw out a conspiracy? Go ahead. Have fun with that, right? Go ahead. So, yeah, this guy failed. Everywhere he went, he had a super team. He had a super duper team. This guy is just, oh my goodness. And you see already what's happening. Everybody's going to roll on him. Wade rolled on him not too long ago about him building a super team to stop Kobe, because they wasn't building a super team to stop the big three. The big three, what did they do? He had the number one seed over the big three, right? 2 years in a row and won an MVP. And I think the big three Celtics, they only won the Eastern Conference one time. Could you imagine? One time, and you calling this team a super team? Whew. Wow. Well, I guess so. LeBron's team only won the Eastern Conference one time when he was with Miami and when he was with the Cavs. This is this is a joke. I've already went through this. How weak of an era the LeBron era was. How weak it was in the East when Jordan was playing. If you had the number one seed, you going to the finals. You going to the finals, homie, and you was probably winning the finals if you had the number one seed. Not in the LeBron era. It's fugazi. Everything is fugazi. So you can see what LeBron has done his whole career. Run the other man. He just said, oh, wait, I need help, man. I suck. I'm a meltdown artist. I melted down in the '08 playoffs. But this guy melted down in the '08 playoffs, too. '07, '06. This guy. You guys tell me what you think, man. I'm just so sick of this guy. And it's just about money.